Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. Today, I'd like to share with you the soul of Wing Chun. Yes, the soul. Anybody, anyone, if one do not learn this, the soul of Wing Chun, really attain it, develop the Kung Fu, then it is hopeless to study Wing Chun. Because what I'm going to share with you is the first basic or fundamental steps one need to learn and develop. Or else, the rest you say about internal chi, fighting, and so forth, it will not possible to learn. So you might ask me, oh, Hendrik, are you so sure? Yes, I'm really sure. And I like to tell you what I'm going to share with you doesn't exist in Wing Chun world for past 130 years or so. Not in public, not in all the lineage of Wing Chun you know. This is the basic teaching. And I share this with you because I just visited Asia in the past 2 weeks and come back to the States. And I decide to release this to public, or else forget about it. There's no Wing Chun. Don't kid yourself. You will not develop any Wing Chun skill to in depth. You may say, well, I learned this hand technique, that hand technique from this Sifu, that lineage. I can beat you, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's only limited to that. Those are something that it is something just mimicking somebody's something. It is never alive. That's why you never see Wing Chun in past 100 years be able to stand up against the martial arts like the Western boxing, the MMA, okay, or Thai boxing. So this serious. This is this serious because when the soul of Wing Chun is lost, you expected that it is a dead thing. It is not a live art. It cannot grow. Okay. And for people like me, older age Wing Chuners, you must know this soul, or else it's not going to help your body. You need to develop this Kung Fu. Once you develop it, it's going to help your everyday life. So not talking about those fighting and all those who's number one stuff. Just to develop this will help you for your daily living and your health and your daily living, even including facing today's AI era. But without this, the soul, it is dead. It is your opinion, my opinion, but nobody get anything out of it. So let's start from this, okay? Now, one thing is this. In order to learn real Kung Fu, it doesn't matter if it's Zen or it is internal healing or whatever, or Wing Chun. One need to have a sincere heart. Sincere mean one don't cheat oneself, one don't cheat others, one don't get cheated by others. One just want to know what is going on. or learn it, what's going on. It is not like today's world for past 60 years is full of greed. Oh, I went to this teacher, I learned this Wing Chun, and then I become the authentic successor. I become grandmaster. I can make money, make fame, and all those kind of things. Those are called greed. Those are called greed and just want to have self benefit. It is extremely different, like Mas Oyama, who said that 1,000 days beginner's heart. You want to learn that, you learn that properly for what the heck's going on. That's why you see like Kyokushin, it grow. Same with BJJ. For the beginnings states of BJJ, you look at all this Gracia family. They learn what it is. Not just get I got a black belt and then I go teach this and that and that. You see, Wing Chun and Chinese Kung Fu is like this today. With this kind of thing, how the hell are you going to fight any of General Qi Ji Guang's army? Where General Qi Ji Guang tell you flat, you learn this thing, you want to test it out, you see whether it works or not. Never get into I'm number one, I'm inferior, I'm superior, all those nonsense. Do you know the skill? Do you know what you're learning? That's called sincere. So I'm going to go through with you this. I talk a lot here. And this YouTube, you need to revisit because the point of me sharing this here is to hope that you guys who really love Wing Chun be able to learn this. Okay? 6 months ago, one of my best friend passed away. Yesterday, another of my best friend passed away. I'm not going to stay here forever. I live what I know in this YouTube. So maybe you are from now, or maybe you are from 100 years later when you watch this YouTube. I want to make sure that you know, you be able to develop it. It is not for me. It is for education. It's for you. It's for Wing Chun. It's for the Chinese culture. Okay, so get this straight. So today I want to share with you this, the very basic stuff. You all watch the Wing Chun movie and you always heard about this in the movie and everybody be able to repeat this in the movie. And here, if you said it in Cantonese, it said Wing Chun Kun, Nim Tao Bat Jing, Zhong San Bat Jing. In Mandarin, it said Wing Yong Chun Quan, Nian Tou Bu Zhen, Zhong Shen Bu Zhen. In English, it said the Wing Chun Kun, if your idea is not proper, if your mind is proper, your entire life is not proper. So this idea, this mind, what is that? Because it tell you, you go to movie, Wing Chun movie, you can hurt within it. Everybody be able to say this, okay? Nim Tao Ba Jing, Zhong San Ba Jing, but what the heck it is? Well, I can share with you. Since the Tai Fa Ming Gam and all those people in the Pro Ching Red Boat uh, at the after the 1860s, 1870s, after they developed the Wing Chun today, the Xiu Lim Tao Cham Kyu Biu Ji, even though they have the words there, none of the grandmaster or the lineage know what it is. While the word is still there, Nim Tao Ba Jing, Zhong San Ba Jing, but nobody know what it is. If you don't know this, It tell you already. If it's improper, your entire life is improper. So somebody in 1860s, the Pro Ching Wing Chun Grandmaster, when they create the Wing Chun base for the three sets today, they might heard about what happened in the 1850s Wing Chun, but they don't know what it is. That's why today you look around in the entire world, you look up for 100 years, you look out for orders like Tai Fa Ming Gam Liang Zhan and orders transmission. No one tell you what is this. Even though in the past 50 years somebody said mindful Wing Chun, blah blah blah, but still nobody tell you what it is. But you know that it is a kiss of death, is a disaster if you don't know what it is. What is Nim Tao? Somebody said, well, Nim Tao is Xiu Nim Tao, the sets. Is it? Somebody say, well, this is a little idea. The idea not proper. Is it? What is it? You do this. That's why today is Xiu Lim Tao. Across the board for the three sets Xiu Lim Tao. None in past 130 years got it. Why? Because the soul is gone. Nobody know what is going on here. And I'm going to reveal it to you at the end of this YouTube. You must develop it and attain it. You know where it's come from. Okay? We in America today know exactly where those things come from. And you know how to develop that. And when we now today proceed into the era of AI, artificial intelligence, it is using this. We be able to face the AI world. And if we are older age, we're facing our health problem and everything, we are using this to face our life, to reduce our suffering. Okay? Now you're talking about fighting. If you don't have this, sorry, you're learning a dead art. Why you mimic this and mimic that? You look at today's Wing Chun. When you fight, you have to always have to do this, do this, do this. Are you serious? Are you serious? That mimicking certain thing, you fight, you have to do certain thing is Wing Chun? Well, that is just somebody's dead idea because they don't know what is Nim Tao Ba Jing, Zhong San Ba Jing. Okay? Now, so it is like this in this movie, 30 Days of Night. The vampire tell the guy, the woman, God, because the woman said God, the the vampire look around, say God, no God. When you don't know the Nim Tao Ba Jing, Zhong San Ba Jing, you don't know how to develop that. That exactly is that. The vampire will tell you God, no God. So you look at all this what you have to face. This is Xi Xiaodong. Why people cannot face him today? Back to this. Because one don't even know one is practice something dead. And then your opinion, my opinion, nothing alive. So when you face a vampire, the vampire will tell you God, no God. Okay? You face Xi Xiaodong as in this YouTube, check on this. This is make fun of Wing Chun and tell that Wing Chun is for demonstrations. Well, it turned into that if you don't know what it is. The very basic. Only if you have this, you'll be able to develop, you'll be able to grow. Okay? Not just, oh, I'm authentic, this lineage, that lineage, and making up all kind of stories. And still, you don't even have the really basic. See, a lot of so-called grandmaster today we put in the pedestal. It's not necessary grandmaster. It's just people call them grandmaster. Are they real necessary know what you're talking about? No, not this. For example, this is the Bruce Lee's very famous uh, the movie clip, like a finger point away to the moon, the total concentration. So does Bruce Lee know all this Nim Tao stuff? No, he doesn't. Bruce Lee doesn't know that. If Bruce Lee know this Nim Tao stuff, he will not die. You ask me, Hendrik, are you serious? Yes, I'm so serious. Bruce Lee is a good guy who do his best to study, really sincere to study too. The issue is that he do not have the background and the material, the educations of the Chinese and the Buddhist teaching. He is into philosophy, and that's why he make this movies with present what he think, but this is not what it is. Okay, so that's how it is. We need to be really clear. And then you have people like this. Okay, uh, this guy, I block him because anybody who's not sincere, who don't want to learn, I block them. Okay, because And he said that Hendrik blocked me. I'm also familiar to his Red Boat opera Wing Chun style. He might be right about his story, but he is too arrogant. Wing Chun techniques are not that special and unique. You can find something in other style too. As you said, we are human after all. And here this guy is saying, yes, he's arrogant for sure. Unfortunately, he can handle being wrong about something. Sorry to tell you. There's no such thing as maybe. Like General Chi Ji-kwang facing the Japanese army 450 years ago. Man, this is a war, okay? What is army? You maybe. Do you know or you don't? And here, Wing Chun techniques are not special and unique. Well, if you couldn't even figure out what is the short strike and long fist and what is the BJJ different than and then karate or BJJ different than Western boxing, stop talking, stop acting, okay? And then say, as you say, we are all human at all. Well, sure, there's a wrestling, there are boxing, there are Thai boxing. Sure, it's human, but the art is different. Even the General Chi Chi Guangs, there are 32 momentum. The 32 momentum all are different. Attack and and counter playing momentum game differently. So this is what it is. It's not about history and everything. Wing Chun is not about studying history. Wing Chun is a fighting art, you like it or not. Okay? And there's no such thing as this familiar or nonsense. And then he say that, well, he's arrogant for sure, unfortunately. Well, sure, I'm arrogant. Am I arrogant? Arrogant meaning you put people down. This channel is for educations. Try to educate everybody like a university. And of course, education means that you don't make believe, you don't talk nonsense. Okay? So all this thing is actually people who have no idea what is going on and keeping play expert. Okay? And he said, well, Hendrik can handle being wrong about some things. Well, If I cannot handle being wrong about something, I will not go around world to learn from different seafoods and get corrected. And hey, when you want to say something, you want to say with evidence, with solution. As today I tell you, in past 130 years, this thing called Nim Tao is lost. Tell you about what it is going on there, not just throwing all this empty blanket statement out there. So this type of stuff is like this. It's like some kind of cartoon make believe, okay? Are you serious when you're facing like people like Xi Xiaodong? You're gonna get wiped out, okay? So I share with you that this Nim Tao Pacheng, Zhongshan Pacheng, people don't know about it. And here keeping talking about styles, all this imaginations and completely lost it. So Bruce is good, but Bruce doesn't know about it too. And yet, what we need to face is like Xi Xiaodong, like MMA. Okay? So that's why today I share this with you. It's a serious problem. Again, I say here, Wing Chun is not about I'm right about his story. I don't care for his story. I'm a design engineer. I want that thing to work. Okay? I'm a I love education. I want everybody be able to do it. So there are no such thing as arrogant. I am the grandmaster. You have the big title, but you don't know nothing. Now, history. Forget about history. When I'm talking about Wing Chun 1850, I talk what is the content, what is the relationship, what type of fighting art is there. You need to know exactly here. Don't tell me all the snake, crane, tai chi, all those nonsense. Wing Chun fight this way, period. It's like BJJ fight BJJ way. Western boxing fight Western boxing way. Okay? Don't tell me about snakes and crane, all those things. Because you're going to face this. You like it or not. Xi Xiaodong, for example. And Qi Ji Guang have to face the Japanese army 450 years ago. Nobody give you all this nonsense stuff, history, you're right, I'm right. Who cares? And due to this, to make it equal for everybody, we need to do it in scientific way, be able to measure it, be able to test it. So nobody bullshit nobody. It's like I cannot say, well, I'm the grandmaster, I'm this and this and this, and oh, just come bow to me, give me a lot of money. But who the hell know what I got? And that's why it had to be scientific. Scientific meaning that if I want to share something with you, I better be able to do it. And so you got the same process of training, you'll be able to develop this. And this is all legit in mainstream sport, mainstream fighting arts. Don't you want to have that standard? Only you have this. You'll be able to face him. Without that, you don't know your style, you don't have this training, your body condition. How the hell are you going to face this? You're going to using this type of stuff to face this auto? That's why this is about a 5 years old YouTube. People just keep quiet. But I brought it up so many times here. Okay? You have to solve that problem. You have to face the reality. And you don't keep all our brothers, sisters of Wing Chun. If you say there are, say, millions of them, say it doesn't have millions, say it's about 100,000, say you don't have 100,000, say about tens of thousands. Say even you don't have tens of thousands, thousands of people, you don't keep them wasting their life. Okay? It's like this. So today I want to share with you. Okay? Now, again, only if you do this, you know this, not history, the entire thing, you can solve the problem like the Wing Chun people saying Wing Chun is a Wing Chun, 两站 this and 两站 this. Nonsense. Why? We just show him the technology and tell you that, hey, shut up if you don't know our technology. Like today, I told you about this Nim Tao. You just go tell all those grandmasters, even in the past 130 years, if they're alive, you tell them, shut up. Okay? This is Wing Chun. You don't know, you shut up. And yeah, if you're interested, you can watch my YouTube on this thing. On this thing, you don't make believe like there's a snake crane riding. Is this riding that riding? Okay, and you want to do the transmissions, everything you can see here. Okay, so go watch this if you really interested on what is really going on. Remember, it is a war. Will Xi Xiaodong give you face at all? Or you won't even dare to face him to tell him, hey, Xi Xiaodong, this is not wrong. Wing Chun is not this. I can prove it with science. Who beat who is a different story, but we can prove it with science, with history. And everybody be able to achieve it. Okay? Now, let's get into this, the core of the thing. I share with you what I just shared with you because this is a serious stuff. If we don't get it straight at Wing Chun, it is wiped out already. Okay? And Wing Chun is not your property or my property or anybody's family Wing Chun property. You create all this nonsense, you screw up Wing Chun, you don't have rights. So, because this Wing Chun is Chinese culture, it's not your property, it's not my property, it's for everybody. Okay, so I don't buy all those story like today in China, everybody have this story, that story, and this teacher learned from that, and all this politics and every nonsense. You guys have all this nonsense, but you don't solve things for the people. We cannot do that. So after you learn what I'm going to share with you today, that is what to make your Xiu Lian Tao alive. Very basic. And make your life alive too. Make your Wing Chun alive. Without that, you don't have anything. So, again, here it said Wing Chun Kun, Nim Tao Ba Jing, Zhong San Ba Jing. If your idea is not proper, your entire life is not proper. Well, Nim Tao. What is Nim Tao? Nim Tao is simply the Buddhist mindfulness. Mindful. Nim Tao is mindful. So it said that when you practice Wing Chun, if you don't have the mindful, you don't have mindfulness, okay? In the Chinese, mindfulness of the Buddhism, Buddha's teaching, the satipatthana, the sati in Chinese is Zheng Nim, Zheng Nim. So here it said that Nim Tao Ba Zheng, meaning that if you don't have sati, your entire life will not be proper. Okay? So we need to know what is sati. Sati is mindful. And now again, mindfulness is not up for your thinking because mindfulness is beyond common people, beyond you and me. Unless you go to learn from the monk, you will not know what is the reality. Today you have all this mindful meditation, but 99.99% of them don't know what they're talking about. Unless they go to the temple like in Thailand or Malaysia into the real Buddhist temple where you learn the mindfulness there, you don't know what it is. You do not attain it, you do not experience it, thus you don't know. So here is already the very beginning of Wing Chun Kin is said, Nin Tao Pa Cheng, Zhong San Pa Cheng, meaning that if you not be able to be mindful, your entire life will not be able to properly learn Wing Chun or learning martial art or have a constructive life. That's how serious it is. Mindful. So, what is mindful? Mindful is thinking? No. Mindful is idea? No. Mindful is my interpretation? No. Mindful is my opinion? No. Mindful is my teacher's teaching? No. Mindful definition, to the very basic. I'm going to go deep into you today, so all you guys know and be able to develop it here on. Mindful is clearly aware, not vague, aware. Okay, so you're clearly aware, not vague aware, not run away, disrupt, trapped in speculative or speculations. That's called mindful. So mindful is able to clearly aware, recall at every instance or now. Well, there's so much about words. I know you will not be able to know what the heck I'm talking about, what the heck is Hendrix talking about. But I want to step by step bring you there so you know. You want qi gong, you want nei gong, you want all those things internal. If you don't have this, forget about it. You will not be able to get it. So the first thing I want to get everybody to say, oh no, what's mindful? What is mindful? The best thing is you cannot actually explain with words. Why? It is like the taste of apple. If you never eat apple, disregard of how is the taste described with words, you will not know what it is. So the very basic thing is, let's go to how it is, how so you can experience it. Well, it's very simple. I want you to do this so that you will be able to experience what is mindful. I want you just right now stop this YouTube, sitting down there quietly and count 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 100. Go do it. Okay? Seriously. It's like I'm giving you an apple. Eat this first, or else you will have no idea what I'm talking about. And you don't want that. Why you want to waste your life and speculate and you have your idea, interpretation, blah, blah, blah. In past 130 years, everybody wasting time. So right now, I want you to do it. Go stop this YouTube. Go. Sit down quietly, relax your body and count. 1, 2, count 100. And then come back. Stop with this video and do it. I'm not joking here because I'm trying to transmit things for you, real life stuff. Okay, go do it. And after doing it, come back and continue on this YouTube. Okay, now I presume you have already do it because you are sincere, you want to know what it is, you don't want to waste your life, you really want it. Okay, you want your Wing Chun alive. Everybody, disregard lineage, you can have it. Now, When just now you go count 1 to 100, does anything interrupt you? Or you be able to count 1 to 100 clearly without your mind run away, without being disturbed, or without going to all the speculations. Be able to clearly aware of when you're counting 1 and recall the counting 1 without absent-minded at every instance. Now, most of us will not be able to do that. You count 1, 2, and then your mind start go somewhere else, and you don't even know what you're counting. All this thing, and then after you count 100, you just rush, go after count 100. It's like you are hanging. It's like what hangover. What that is exactly that you have no mindfulness. You can have all your philosophy, your thinking, your talking, like Bruce Lee said, you know, finger pointing at the moon and all this, have your emotional content. You simply don't get it. You are in a chaos. You have no mindfulness at all. Okay? So you might want to get, if you have a school or have friend, you might want to have your Wing Chun friend or your student to sit down there in the class to count 1 to 100. So all this, whatever screw up, surface, and you know, hey man, this is not what it's supposed to be. Now, if you couldn't even count 1 to 100, how the world is when I'm talking about the Xu Lin Tao 1850, the six core element, where you have every move, you have six core element within it. You have to be clearly aware, not vague aware, not run away. Not like, oh, I just put my hand out there. I have to clearly aware of my six core element instead of, oh, I just like you see somebody cheese out, they look somewhere else and then doing whatever do. Not that, okay? They know all the six core element and their mind not run away. This is Tai Chi. This is this teacher. Whenever you do this, you say, well, Ip Man saying this way, or the Yin Kei San doing this way, or this grandmaster doing that. No, you're just being really mindful on this thing. It's like when you count 1 to 100, you sit down there, 1 to 100, you count. You're very calm. You are settled. You're aware of every words you say. You count until 100. Such a long time. If you can even count 1 to 100 and have your mind stable, your awareness stable, your focus, you're not disrupt, run away, how the hell are you going to practice even the very basic Xiu Lim Tao? We don't even need to talk about this 1850 sets, Xiu Lim Tao sets, or which lineage sets. You will not be able to do it because you are living in the chaotic situations. You are not in a mindful state. And that's why it say that the Wing Chun basic saying that if you don't have mindfulness, your entire life will not be proper because you cannot do it. You're living in a chaotic situations. Now I'm going to go expand this mindful with you scientifically on what it is. But you need to do this first. Then you know step by step, I want to bring you in. So mindfulness is a functions of time. It's a function of time. Okay, so mindfulness equal to sustainable awareness or recall with the function of time. Sustainable, like I count 1, it can sustain there, not something else. 1, Or before I complete one, I just go somewhere else, my mind is somewhere else. Or before I call one, I say two already. Or even I say one, I count one, but my mind somewhere else, I don't listen to it. My mind doing whatever it wants, my mouth count whatever it wants. Those are not sustainable awareness and in a function of time or recall, because when you are not aware of what in the present time, people say, well, living in now. If you couldn't sustain durations of what you're aware or recall clearly what it is in a sustained durations, you're in serious problem because your mind is somewhere else. Okay? Analogy. If I want to take a picture of you, a photo of you with this iPhone, if I keeping moving my hand like this, will I take a clear picture of you? Or it just all blur up and everything? Or the worst, if I go moving this the iPhone around, how the hell I'm going to take a picture? Mindfulness is like you put this thing here, settle, firm, you take that picture. So that picture is a very sharp picture. You see all the details. That's called mindfulness or sustainable awareness or sustainable recall, because you're in this picture. Sustainable meaning that when I take this picture, I need to hold this uh, iPhone for a durations. Always have a duration there. Okay. So mindfulness is sustainable awareness recall. Awareness recall exceed a minimum sustainable durations. If I move this, okay, uh, in a shorter time, shorter duration than a minimum sustainable duration, I will not see what it is in front of that camera. I will not be able to take that picture. You got it? So back to just now, when you count one, two, three, four until 100, at every bit, it's like you're taking 100 picture. Okay? You have this sustainable duration here. You take a picture, one, take the second picture, two, without moving your phone. You got it? Only that way this mind be able to function properly. That's why the Wing Chun teaching say, Nin Tao Pa Cheng, Zhong San Pa Cheng. You don't have the mindfulness or Cheng Nim. Your entire life is screwed up. Why? All the picture you took is distorted. You don't even see what it is. Got it? So, get into more details. Okay, again, all what I'm saying here is I expect you to come back to later to chew on it. Sustainable awareness is a function of time. Awareness at this instant, at this instant now, which is sustainable for a period of durations. So when people say in the Zen, the power of now, this instant, live in now, live in this instant, is meaning that it's like this, taking a picture with this iPhone, this camera. Now, my hand is not moving. I take that picture. That sharp, that is the mindfulness, that is the Nim Tao Cheng. Okay? Cheng Nim, or in the Buddha's teaching, is sati, or it is mindfulness. or it is the sustainable awareness or sustainable recall. Well, it is sustainable recall because after I took this picture, because it's sharp, I can recall every bits and bits of it. Got it? So again, continue on. Objectively, okay, this sustainable awareness is objectively single-minded. You take a picture, you're single-minded, single point focus. You don't go this, and you don't do what like Bruce Lee said, a finger pointing at the moon and everything, which you don't know what it is. No, it's just like this camera. It is objective. It is no emotional content. You just look at it, you snapshot at it, single-minded at it, or focus. So you see things as it. You're aware as it. You recall as it. Focus an object or phenomenon at this instance or now. Continuously undisturbed, forgot, confused, run away to other topic for a long duration. So you're aware, and there is a duration there, which is to sustain your awareness. Most people can't do that. They thought they're aware. Oh, Hendrik say this term, and that's it. And their mind goes somewhere. Or when Hendrik say this term, they say, well, I have another idea. When Hendrik say this term, and then say, well, my lineage, blah, 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 you just continue, go speculate already. Mindful is not that. Mindful is when Hendrik say this, you are like a camera. The camera which is not shaking. You take the snapshot. So it is objective, single-minded, as it you see things as what Hendrik said. Okay? You're aware, recall, focus, and object. You're aware and recall, focus to an object you are taking picture at, or the phenomenon. It's raining. Okay, you take the picture at this instant now. Okay? And it is a sustainable for a period of duration, which is undisturbed. At that duration is not disturbed, is not forgotten, is not confused, not run away to other topic for a long duration, for a long time. Usually when we talk to people, you can notice people when they talk, they don't listen to other people, they jump in. When people say something, they jump in right away. You know that they do not have the ability of that the mindfulness or sustainable uh, uh, awareness, because they could not sustain to listen to what people say objectively, single-mindedly as it. You don't even listen. You just jump gun right away. Okay. So another example is like the pond, the water of the pond. The water of the pond have to stay pretty calm without perturbation in order to reflect what is in the sky, okay, from the sky. So not just it reflects, you need to have the durations of sustain. Same with this iPhone, the camera. If you took a mirror, you want to reflect something into your mirror, you have to sustain a period of time. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. You will not see whatever inside there. You need that time. So mindfulness, nim tao jing, meaning that you have the ability of mindfulness or sustainable awareness, which is depending on time, which is at every instance, I have that sustainable awareness or be able to recall. So as just now I share with you, when you count one, do you have the awareness of your counting one? Is your awareness of that one is sustainable? Or be or when I say one, my mind is somewhere else already. Or when I say one, my mind is already two. Well, that's not sustainable. So when I say one, it is focused there, single-minded, objective. I know I'm saying one, and it is have a durations of sustainable. And when all this is really clear, and then I say two. Imagine you sitting down there. You can go try it now. Now shut all this thing off. You go try it. Sit down there. One, two, three. Make sure. Make sure that everything is sustainable, is clear before you proceed to another count. You count 100. After that, see how calm you are, how clear your mind you are. That is mindfulness. Just count 1 to 100. You will experience mindfulness. Or you will experience a total chaos because you never trained before. You don't know what it is. So got it? So you'll be able to count 1 to 100. Every count you do will be objective. You count one is one is not five, one is not my opinion, whatever, or interpretation of this lineage, that lineage. One is one, and it's single-minded because it's focus as it one. Okay, it's not two, it's not three, and then you're aware or you recall, oh, this is one. Okay, at this instant is one, and it's undisturbed for a period of durations. So 1 to 100, you will see that you will know where you are. And then you can took this when you talk in the phone or you practice your 修炼 see whether you have this type of mindfulness. If you don't have this, the ancient Wing Chun ancestor already tell you, if you don't have this mindfulness, your entire life will not proper because you'll never be able to see what is in clearly. Okay? If you never even be able to see this, what is this clearly, objectively, single-mindedly, and then aware, focus, and object at this instance, continuously undisturbed focus and run, you 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 will never have picture. You just have all kind of blur stuff where you don't even know what it is. And that's exactly what happened today. When I say snake and crane, then people say, "Why we have the snake and crane to this like Tai Chi and everything?" Go watch this. Go watch this YouTube. People really don't have the sincerity. They don't have the mindful. They never learn, and they create their own stuff. And again, those are distorted stuff. Same thing with this. Nowhere in the snake crane riding have what I just shared with you. People keeping making up their stuff. Same thing over here. They don't know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Now, so how to practice this? Where is this in the 修炼 Well, in my book, this very simple books, almost 10 years already now, the basic Wing Chun Kuen Art and Science. Inside there, it wrote the Wing Chun Kuen Kut of 1850. It said, focus the intention union with the Shen. This is the first teaching of the 1850 Wing Chun is said, focus the intention union with the Shen. That is mindfulness. It tell you already. That is the really basic. Okay. And so that I put it in that book into the mind element. Okay. So this is in the same book. It said that unless one develop these states, one really cannot handle much under pressure. These three states are common denominator of Taoist, Buddhist, Confucius teaching and practice. The following is the descriptions of the Confucius teaching. The state of settle, quiet, and peace. Just now, the mindful I share with you just now. It's just the very beginning of the mindful, the aware, the sustainable awareness that's called settle or call yourself back. Why is it call yourself back? When your mind is like this, a shaking camera, you go all over the place. You are not you. You couldn't even call yourself back. Your mind is not in the mind in the state of settle. Of course, there are deeper states. Now, mindfulness have many states, samadhi states. What I'm sharing with you is just the beginning, crossing the gate, so you know what the heck is this. At least if you have what I'm sharing here, you know at least uh the settled states, the settled state, the settled state. Okay, so it is saying that knowing what thoughts to stop. So you focus on what you need to focus and you don't go around. You sustain there, okay, can illuminate when one does not continue on, the thought suddenly stops spontaneously. So so I explain to you and then I give you the techniques. Well, the following is the method of reciting Amitabha practice, which is known in the Buddha's recitation Samadhi practice. Sit comfortably in the case with the physical body element in the low state. Recite Amitabha with one's heart, mind, and mouth. The mouth moves slightly, the tongue moves, but one is not making any sound. Slowly at the same time, using the ear to listen to no sound of the Amitabha recitation of the mouth. Make sure recitation is with ease, is effortless, and not too fast. Any strain, stress, pressure feeling in the chest or throat is indication one must cut down the effort of or turn down the recitation speed until one recite comfortable and effortless. This recitation speeds got to do with your sustainable durations, isn't it? You don't say Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha. No, you say Ah, really clearly mindful of me, clearly mindful of me. Tuo, wo. It's like you count 1, 2, 3, 4 to 100. If you do that, you'll calm down. That's why it is a practice of Buddha's recitations samadhi practice. That is how to develop this. Focus the intention union with the sun. So this is not just terms, words. We know what to do. There are many ways to do, and this is one ways of doing it to develop it, to develop this. Okay. Once you know this definition here, develop this sustainable awareness with a functional time. That's what it is mathematically. Okay. Now, in my book, Wing Chun Inception. So again, this come here. The first line of 1850 Shooting Tao writing is quiet the mind, return to awareness. Quiet the mind, return to awareness. Same thing. Sustainable awareness in the function of time or mindfulness. Now, over here, I link you to like if you want to talk about chi, okay, the chi nurturing, the zen, all this thing. And then I give you the N1 process, N1 techniques, the natural chi techniques. N1 is I give you this. The technology or effective process step to nurture chi is critical in ancient martial art, qigong meditation. Okay. So in order to practice nurture chi, one need to recognize what is it. Recognize is not speculation or idea of philosophy or translations or interpretation. Recognition means one need to experience what is it. Only after experience it, one can recognize it. Well, I just explained to you. I just carry you through the count 1 to 100, make example with this camera and mirror and water. And I share with you the methods of this the recite Amitabha and then this N1 process in this two book. Okay, so this is to have mindfulness. This is with the mindfulness with the chi nurturing. Okay, in this book. So I already shared thing with you, but if you will never be able to know what it is, if you're just thinking, or just like people who talk nonsense like this, talk nonsense, similar, everything. No, it's very detailed. Why? Shooting Tao is the essence of detailed training, meaning that so that there's a term in Wing Chun is called Dim Dim Ching. Every point is really clear. Now, if you don't have the mindfulness or sustainable awareness, how the hell are you going to achieve every point is clear? Every move is clear. Every of your six core element is clear. How the hell you going to see the strength and the weakness of your opponent or yourself so that you can make correction or you can make a break of what the opponent's techniques? You can. So that's why, again, it say, 念頭不正,終身不正. You'll not be able to have this mindfulness. You are screwing your entire life. Those are really basic. Those are, as I explained, the first thing in the proper teaching of Wing Chun. The first line. The first line. Okay? So until you learn this, you really practically don't know what is Wing Chun. And as what I tell you, for past 130 years, you don't have people train you this. That's why today in the Xu Tao, you can see this guy copy this guy copy this, and this and that and that. Like months ago, somebody started up this mess in Asia, in Wing Chun world, saying that Yip Man is learning from Yin Kei San, all this nonsense. Why? If you have a mindfulness, you look into that, you snapshot, you see that no, it is not Wing Chun. Yip Man practice is not Yin Kei San. You look at the breathing, you know. You look at the six core element. When you look at Xi Xiaodong, you know, okay, this is how he fought close and everything. You're not like that guy Ding Hao fighting Xi Xiaodong, standing in this distance and keeping punching this way while Xi Xiaodong going, changing the distance in the momentum zone. You won't be able to see that. If you won't be able to see that, are you expecting the entire world fight like you because you are Wing Chun, so you have to fight like in a movie this way? And then the same in the chi sao, you chi sao this way, chi sao this way. If this kind technique come, I do this kind technique. Those are not mindful. In the chi sao, when people attack you, what do you see? If you are mindful, you see how he attack you and the opening. How he attack you is important. The opening is important too. Why do I have to play chasing hand with him? I see him attacking me. I know all the opening. I will get into the opening. That is the name of the game. It's not I have to do this. You have to do this hand. I have to do this tan sao. Forget about it. It is a fight. Okay. You see the opening, you slips in right away. It's not like this hand have to capture this hand. This you look at today's Wing Chun. It's a movie. And then when you go to MMA and every other fight with a Thai boxer, you completely is useless. Because what you want to know is the opening. Why do you have to have to fight with him or his hand technique? Come here, I have to stick. Who say so? It's a fighting. Is you think it's a game? And you say, what chi sao? What is chi? Chi is using your body to help to boost your mindfulness. If your body cannot see, you can use the hand sensory system to help you to aware sustainably what he's doing. The bottom line is I want your opening to get in. Why do I want to go, close the gap? I mean, who cares for close the gap, this gap or that gap? You fight with Mike Tyson, are you going to cheat him or he's going to come at you, strike at your head, jabbing your head, and then a body shot to you, closing to you because it's close to you, and then KO. So there's fighting, but the thing is that this mindful in Wing Chun is very deep stuff in our daily life. If you really learn what I'm saying now, you train in those two techniques, which is I put in my book, or this counting, sitting down there, count 1 to 100. How about this? Make all your students to sit down there, count 1 to 100 before the class. The first thing in beginning of the class, just count 1 to 100. That is to settle your mind, to call yourself back. That is the first teaching of 1850 Xiu Lim Tao. If you don't do this, garbage in, garbage out, you don't know what the heck you're doing anyway. How many grandmasters in this world have no idea what he's doing? It's easy to spot if you have that mindfulness. Okay? So don't blame on Xi Xiaodong. They have the mindfulness. Okay? They train hard, they have the mindfulness. Don't blame on them. They see your problem. So this is what I like to share with you. It is a straight talk. There's no such thing as maybe, similar, human is human. You don't even know about human. Don't tell about human is human. And where is all this Wing Chun, this mindfulness come? 1850s Wing Chun, we know that this thing is from 二梅十二庄. From 二梅十二庄thing, we know that it is from what? It is from the Buddhist teaching Anapanasati or Satipatthana. I'm not interested when people I talk these days. When I say, well, the 1850s Wing Chun is from 二梅十二庄, then people say, I learned 二梅十二庄 too. Like he's one level on top of you. I I am the one who noticed that the Wing Chun 1850 is from 二梅十二庄. And I go beyond 二梅十二庄, going to Anapanasati, Satipatthana, went to see all those monks in the Buddhist teaching. Why do you think I go to all this Buddhist teaching, the Zen master and patriarch? Because I want the root. I'm not satisfied with the Zhuang. I want to know what it is. You go to the root. It's like you see some design. Instead of stop at there and say, oh, this is what design. And then everybody say, I know his design, this design, that I careless for that. I just want to, I go direct to the Newton's law, to the very fundamental. That's why I be able to get the six core element. I be able to tell you all this in details. Why? Because I get to the really, really fundamental. I don't use the term this grandmaster, this style, that one. I want to know what it is. Okay? And I hope you guys be able to do this too. Why? Because the world is alive. What is the point you say? Well, Hendrik say this, Hendrik say that. Bullshit, Hendrik say this, Hendrik say that. You need to know what Hendrik say. It's not Hendrik say this, Hendrik say that. Like parrots. Parrots do not have mindfulness. You look at what past 130 years. It is all parrots. It doesn't even know what is the ancestors talking about. So today I'd like to share with you those who really care for Wing Chun and care for yourself and your student. Make sure watch this YouTube and repeat it. Make sure until you understand. If you don't understand, you can ask me questions under here. No, not bullshit question, but proper questions. Okay? This channel is for education. This channel is no room for BS like greed, I be the grandmaster, those stuff. I don't teach people this way. You look at asking like a Daniel, a Raymond, they get chilled if they do that. And every time it's like if they are not mindful, I chill them. Like Raymond and Daniel. You can see they exist. They appear in my YouTube before. Do they claim that they are grandmaster? No, because the bottom line is that you need to know what you're doing. Like a doctor, you need to use what you learn to help yourself, help other people. So this is what I like to share with you.